So the new Star Trek trailer for Star Trek Beyond came out. I'm not going to do a reaction for it because I was literally sat in bed, saw it, watched it, so it wouldn't be a true reaction if I had it. So I'm just going to, have my initial thoughts on it. But Star Trek's a strange one for me because I'm not the biggest fan of Star Trek. Like, I like it, but I haven't watched all the box sets of the TV series. I've only watched a few from each series and each sort of timeline and everything like that. I've hardly watched any Enterprise. Next Generation's probably the one I'm watching most. Voyager after that. Not a Deep Space Nine, but from what I've seen and heard over the years, that's probably a good thing. And I've watched literally majority of the films, both original and Generation, Timeline, and the remakes, which I do enjoy the original Star Trek remake of J.J. Abrams and Into Darkness, and I must say the first trailer for The Beyond, it didn't excite me much at all. Obviously it was just the first trailer, and it's the same with Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters is a different story. Their second trailer still makes it look like crap, but I'm still going to watch it. But the first trailer for Beyond, I was just like, meh, whatever, I'll probably go see it, but wasn't too excited about it. But the second trailer, however, has got me back on board, as it were, with it. Obviously, I want to tread very carefully because I'm not into the lore as much as other things, but I kind of want to just say what my thoughts and opinions were on it, and I appreciate if I get completely wrong, and I really want people to comment and educate me, especially on Star Trek, because I'm not that well sort of educated on Star Trek as a whole. But it from what I can tell, it's obviously they're into their 5-year mission. They must be I don't know, halfway through or something like that by now. I mean, they've sort of made them look physically aged. You saw that in the first and second one. Kirk's got a bit longer hair going, but it looks like they're on a deep space station or something. There's some sort of I was going to say Star Trekky looking sort of. I don't know if that's because you see the ship leaving something. It looks like an orb with things inside it, and you see other shots throughout the trailer of this orb. And I'll probably freeze the frame up here of the orb, and inside it like normal sort of buildings that you would get in a Star Trek sort of universe. And there's another point on that. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where he's jumping across buildings. It looks like the buildings are kind of sort of Inception-y. I'm not sure that it's like a structure. I think it's obviously some sort of deep space station or something along those lines, or a spaceport or starbase that they're docked at. So they have just got there, and then obviously they have that scene where they're drinking, and he's telling them about how he's only joined Starfleet because it was a dare. My father did it because he actually believed in it. So it could be the fact that he's sort of regretting his decision, or being more dubious of Starfleet, or ever since what's happening Into Darkness, and So I think maybe it's they're just going on somewhere else now. Because they want to get back out there, so they're going on to continue their mission, and they get attacked by. I'm trying to I don't think what they remind me of. They look a bit like the main guy looks not exactly the same, because I don't think not exactly the same race, but in Nemesis, the Remans, it looks very sort of like that kind of thing. Obviously they're not Remans, but it looks sort of like that kind of sort of creature. But it looks like they get attacked, and you see it in the first trailer, but you see it more in this trailer. The Enterprise getting ripped apart by literally the drones going sort of Stargate Atlantis drone style into the ship and ripping through it, and probably, if they're tough enough, probably going in and out the other side, or maybe it's blown up inside the ship. But it causes massive damage to the Enterprise and they're forced to abandon ship. There's a weird thing I noticed. I don't know either that is in that scene or is in a different scene when they actually board the ship. Maybe that's just part of their tactics already. Some of them rip through the ship to cause devastation to key areas of the ship, like engines and stuff like that, while others board them to start capturing or killing crew. But I thought maybe they're going on board the ship because they actually want something it has. I don't know, maybe something. I don't know. I can't imagine what it'd be, like a some star charts or something. Maybe they're trying to expand. I don't know, because it says the frontier's pushing back, or the frontier's fighting back. He said, but so they obviously abandoned ship and they're on the ship. It's sort of like guerrilla. They're going to be like guerrilla style against this guy. I think it's Idris Elba that plays him, but I would imagine, like, obviously, because there's the female. I can't remember her name, but the female character, the white woman. She's obviously like a different species, I think, and it looks like that these guys have sort of hanged around this sort of area and like attacked and destroyed other ships, and it's like they might be small little settlements on the planet formed up of these like species. Like, 'cause he says, this is why you're here, this is why we're all here. So it must be that maybe there's some of them that have crash landed there and joined them, like the bad guys. Because you see, I'm going to keep on the white woman because I don't know what she's called. But you see her attacking two guys that look like they're ambushing her in the forest, and they don't look like the same race as the antagonists we see. But it could be just a cohort. The bad guys, but maybe just a cohort of a number of species. But it looks like that kind of sort of pace to the film, like sort of guerrilla style warfare and sort of thing. But I think the most interesting thing, now this is the part where I probably will get completely wrong, but I'll do my best. In the first trailer, you see him inside like a bridge. It's quite a small bridge, and I thought to myself that looked a bit, either that was either a bridge or a base or something. It looked very human. It's like construction. And that's a bit of a stretch because it's Star Trek universe. It could be white, it could be Klingon, for Christ's sake. But we see in this trailer we see a few shots actually of the ship taking off through the forest and I think attacking through space. And I think it's the same ship flying towards that space station again. And it looks a lot like the NX-1 from Enterprise, but I know it's not the NX-1 because obviously the bridge, if that is the bridge, looks a lot smaller. So it must be some sort of same sort of era ship, and it might not be an NX because I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if the NX prefix was because it's prototype, because I'm pretty sure that, I'm trying to think of one of the Star Trek games. The NX were like the prototype ships before they had they were in full production. And I'm not too sure, and please correct me on that because I'm not quite sure. But it could be that it's the same sort of era ship, but it's like obviously a smaller one, like a small science vessel, scout ship, explorer ship, because far out. It could be that ship wasn't meant to be there. It's some sort of dark, highly classified mission, and that's why this antagonist is pissed off with everything, and that's why he says the frontier's pushing back. Maybe there was some experiments or some sort of illegal activity that Starfleet was doing back in the day, and this NX ship that's intact, or for the most looks intact, is on this planet. Maybe it's because obviously they came to this region, maybe got killed, maybe they did something, who knows, maybe they're still there, who knows. It just reminds me very much of sort of like if you played Star Trek Elite Force, the first one. Yeah, it was the first one where the Voyager destroyed that ship and it got teleported to another region of space, and there was all kinds of different races and old Starfleet craft and everything, and everyone on that side banded together in like a what do you call them, scavenger kind of race, and then you have other creatures that were trapped as well, and they were trying to get out, and it could be that like all these other species are banding together to try and get off the planet, get out of this like sort of prison, as it were, with these alien races that seem to be sort of marshalling the system. Because I mean, assuming that this is the planet they operate from, like they have a lot of air superiority, so if anyone did crash there, they can't really escape that easily. So it might be, I could be completely wrong, but That's what it seems like to me. It seems like it's very like a sort of escape kind of focus, but it'll probably escalate to this antagonist has got like some plans or a map to Starfleet or a map to something or a map to or a weapon or something. They've got to stop it. But it's pretty safe to say that it's probably the end of their 5-year journey. The 5-year journey is pretty much cut short at this stage since the Enterprise has been destroyed again. Obviously, I know the Enterprise has been destroyed countless times throughout the series. I mean, I don't know. I felt it was kind of a bit too soon for the Enterprise to be destroyed again. But obviously, it's not in realistic terms because it's like literally a couple of years after the events of Into Darkness, so it's not really. But this trailer has got me excited again. It didn't show that too much about the storyline or plot, really, so it didn't just throw everything in your face, but it showed some good things, some nice actiony scenes. I'm looking forward to it. I loved the other two, so I'm going to watch this one. Definitely, I expect a review on it when it comes out July 22nd. I think I don't know if that's July. That's probably in the States. Whether or not we get it after or before, I'll have to double check that. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and they're my opinions on it. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because Star Trek isn't my sort of thing, and I've literally. I mean, I didn't do any research on it because I know I'm not going to try and research Star Trek because I'll still get it wrong. So I'm just going to put it out there that I'm not that good in it. But let me know your thoughts. What the plot line would be. Obviously, what little intricate things, if there's any nods. Like I saw a lot of in the trailer, you see lots of transporter technology that looks a bit outdated. I don't know. It looks a bit outdated to the rest of it. So that might be something to do with the ship. I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts, guys, and I'll see you next time.